So we're gonna go over the escape from the underhook side. So what that means is if Corey has in the back control, you have your hooks in and your arms over top, right? So the legs are meant to control the lower half of your hips and the arms are controlling over top. This is considered the overhook side, and then this is considered the underhook side, depending on which way you drop, right? So for the guy controlling the back, there's benefits and drawbacks to both. So if you drop to the overhook side, you have a lot more control, but arguably less attack options. Whereas if we drop to the underhook side, he has less control, but he has more options to attack, right? So most basic back escapes are based on taking a side and trying to scrape, using the ground to scrape your opponent off your back, right? So you can see when I connect or whatever, if we drop to the underhook side, this shoulder is exposed. So basically what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to get on this side and scrape myself out, right? So if we go back to the overhook side, the problem with if you try to do that same approach to this side, right? I can't scrape out. So that's why this side offers more control. Options for this side are usually turning in this way. So it's more difficult. It also depends on whether his elbow is down like this to the ground where he's on his shoulder, or if he's posted up where his elbow is back up. Yeah, like this. This is very different as well, right? So just some variance on what the back control actually is, right? So we're gonna go with the underhook side and just a basic escape. So Corey's on my back, he's connected like so. Yeah, so usually most good people will put their head on your chin so you can't pop out that way. The first thing I want to do is control the overhooking arm because that's the one that's going to strangle me. You want to make a pulling grip with one hand and a pushing grip with the other. So if you grab like this, it's not wrong, but anytime you grab, it's kind of a pushing grip. So I would go with a thumbless pulling grip on the top here. And this hand, you can make a C-cup grip over the top. So this one's pushing down, this one's pulling down, keeping him from strangling me, right? You want to control at the end of the lever here. So if I go like this does nothing, he's just gonna come right up. So I want here and here, right? Then I'm gonna put my feet as close to my butt as I can, and I'm gonna bridge and drive and use my melon as a frame against his head to try and get on the other side. So if I just lean back like this, it's not as good. You're gonna come up and you're gonna bridge and lift your hips to the side. So nice and close. And I'm trying to use my head to access the frame and kind of break his posture there. So once my head gets on the ground and beats his head, so originally we were like this, right? So if I can get this on here, I'm in a pretty good spot, right? So again, all I'm gonna do is I keep bridging and turning. I'm gonna scrape myself off. Once I get to this point, I'm pretty much sitting on his knee here, accessing the lever to his hip. I'm sitting on his elbow here, accessing the lever to the shoulder. And what I wanna do here is kind of push out at the knee and frame, accessing another lever to his hip. So this prevents him from coming up and over, but mostly my butt and me sitting on his leg and his arm prevents him from coming up because he can't pull his arm out right now, right? It could happen where if he does nothing, I can scoot out and I can come to like a side control position. But most often, nobody's gonna do that and you'll probably end up in half guard. So what I mean by that is I'm here, right? Got a pushing grip, got a pulling grip, nice and tight, right? You drop to one side, right? He's doing a good job. Really bridge up. And once you're here, you're gonna sit out. So most of the time, what's gonna happen is if I'm here, I'm trying to train, he's gonna come up, right? He's gonna let go of it, and we're gonna end up in a half guard, kind of like that position. It could happen where they just sit there, but probably not.